Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch another episode of Shogun. This is episode 4. It is called The Eightfold Fence. In this one, I assume Blackthorn and Mariko are going to be training the regiment or whatever that Toranaga tasked him with at the end of last episode. Last episode was a doozy. Just like everything from escaping in the forest to the essentially the boat sequence that was really cool, to then just a funneled time of them just diving off boats and potentially racing. It was just a grand old time, and I'm really enjoying the show. We are almost halfway through the season. I think there's 10 episodes in the season, so we're getting close to the halfway mark, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this one goes. Before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to the rest of the season. And then if you are interested in seeing the full uncut version of this reaction, consider checking out my Patreon. That is linked in the description down below, or consider joining YouTube memberships. For both of those, you just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into episode 4 of Shogun. Okay. It's winter, but it's not like super cold. What is the message? Is it from Ishido or Toranaga? Oh, okay, yeah. Get ready, boys. Celebrities are here. And the black boat, or not, that's not the black boat, but the English boat is still out there. The Eightfold Fence.
どうかその儀ばかりはご容赦くださりませ。
あの虎長様が安仁様を見込んで旗本の身分をお与えになったのでござります。
そんなバカな。
旗本になられたからには安仁様にも奥方がいりまする。
She's the consort for him? Is that... Hopefully that's not sexual.
で私が何をいたしたと申されますか。我が子の後を追わせてもらえぬばかりか。こたびは万人に嫁げなのと。
He ain't a barbarian. He's a chill guy.
わずか1年の辛抱じゃ。半年ならと申しておりまする。
6 months. Hey, negotiation. She knows her value.
なんと大老職辞されたと。
Yes.
やむを得なかったのでな。しかしもはや自らを死地に追い込んだようなもの。
He was already dead in their eyes. Damn, they got everybody out here.
藪重様 all loyal to 虎長様。
Let's hope so.
Yeah, theoretically, they're all loyal.
あれが同じ万人でございましょうか。
Yeah, same dude.
今旗本になり上がりよってな。ああ、屋敷を与えられたゆえ手配を頼みたい。そこに奴の性質と通常務める戸田の御家殿も住まうことになる。
See to it that he's given a home.
名ばかりとなった今、父上の首には途方もない値打ちがござりまする。野心を持つ味方は味方ではござりませぬ。
Yeah, I think he recognizes that.
安仁様です。大見様 the lord of this village.
He's aware. You pissed on him.
And fuck yourself. You sniveling little shitbag.
Love it. This guy's got an eye patch.
伊豆の侍たちよ。今や国運が日の本を覆わんとしておる。我らは おごり高ぶった逆賊から
Yeah. Protect Japan.
太閤殿下のご意志を汚す者どもに天誅が下されんことを
Yeah.
義のために戦う者たちよ、この義井虎長そなたらの志に頭を下げます。
Ooh. That's a big message. What a goat. He's going back to the boat.
急ぎのようで出立される。父上が戻るまでに大砲隊を鍛え上げておかねばならない。
Should have brought the cheap stuff. Because he's only going to be here for 5 minutes. Solid callback to her earlier comment, though.
おい、何をしておる。
ご自分の船お行きになりたいようでございます。
What now? Let go.
Let go.
Your men were brought to Toranaga-sama's city of Edo for their safety.
Why?
That ship and its crew now belong to me.
You're quite mistaken. Your ship and crew now belong to Toranaga-sama. And he will use them as he wishes.
Come on now. At least let him go on the boat. Just for, like, old time's sake. He's just so mad.
Your house is ready for inspection. Right this way.
My house.
Yeah, you get like a whole ass spot, dude. You're a fancy guy now.
6 months.
You agreed to train these men, you remember?
I do, yes. For the return of my men and my ship.
Please, be patient, Anjin-sama. As Hatamoto, you have been given a home, a generous salary of 240 koku a year.
How much is
I
that?
don't want any generous cuckoos.
Generous cuckoos.
To refuse would be a terrible insult to our lord.
How many is 240
refuse.
cuckoos?
I refuse all of this. And I'm bloody prisoner all over again.
Pretty much,
Just
yeah.
better living quarters.
Pretty much, yeah.
虎長め、大阪では殿に命を救われておきながら、後足で砂をかけるような真似。
Oh, this guy's so cool. I like the actor, and the fact that this guy is wearing an eye patch is bitchin'.
You really don't have to be here. Go away.
Go away. She doesn't understand what you're saying, brother.
If I may, I believe Fujisama merits better. She's my late husband's niece. Accomplished and highborn.
Well, that's absolutely wonderful for her.
Yeah, he's like, cool. What does that matter to me?
And recently, her husband and infant son were put to death.
Shouldn't she be grieving then? Instead of following around marooned Englishmen.
You would think, but
Do you know of the Eightfold Fence?
no.
From the time we are small, it is something we are taught to build within ourselves. And
Oh, it's like a fortress.
impenetrable wall
Yeah, fortress inside
behind
yourself.
which we can retreat whenever we need.
You zone out into your mind palace.
Do not be fooled by our politeness, our bows, our maze of rituals. Beneath it all, we could be a great distance away. Safe
Yeah?
and alone.
True facts about the octopus. That's sad, though. Are those his pistols? Hell yeah.
Telling me you can go to hell.
Omi-sama insists it is forbidden to bring your weapons today.
Nonsense. Your people bring swords wherever they go.
He says guns are different.
Why?
Wakarimasu iie. Not his prisoner anymore. Where I come from, you ask guests to do things.
Please, there is no need for this.
Iie.
Give the guns to Fujisama. She's your consort. She will give her life to defend them.
I could damn well defend myself.
Anjin-sama!
I might as well give it to her. Kind of want to see you shoot some people, though. I kind of want to see it.
Till this milk dribbling fucks me, I'm ready to go.
With utmost respect.
鉄砲
No.
お引き取りくださりませ。
Hoo hoo hoo. She says, bitch ass, step back. A little smirk on her face. A little smirk.
That's very good. Very good.
I love her now. She's the best.
He asks about any tactics our enemies might not yet know.
Right. Tactics.
Yes, this brilliant military mind of the pilot.
Gun tactics are useless compared to the fine art of English naval warfare.
Show you how a cannon works, boy.
大筒が的に当たるなんてな。
Trust, brother.
Hitting the wedge. Prime. Now clear the hubs. Fire.
It's gonna work just fine. Boom.
Clear the hubs and fire.
He knows what he's doing.
Well done.
English naval warfare. Was this the all the stuff he did? The horrible piratey things he's done in his past. Burned to hell? I think that's what that said, right?
It will be useful for you to know our Lord will never be turned against your enemies.
And it will be useful for you to be reminded that we are at war.
We'll see.
Both your lord and my queen, and it happens that we have enemies in common. A modern navy, ships built for war, would be to his benefit.
You have no idea what is or is not to my Lord's benefit.
He could guess. Why? Oh, earthquake.
The hell was that?
They have
Just a
earthquakes
baby
in Japan.
A baby what?
He's probably never experienced one where he's from.
There are also tsunami that come from the sea and fires that break out in the villages and cities. It is why our houses are built to go up as quickly as they come down.
Gotta rebuild often.
Because death is in our air, in sea and earth. It can come for us at any moment.
Damn.
聞く夜鳴く鳥よ
The bird who sings at night.
王様が私どものお殿様であればよろしゅうござりましたのに。
Don't put ambitious thoughts in his head. You glazing this man up. He's gonna get ambitious and start making moves. Get himself killed. God, it's so beautiful. The fog amongst the trees.
She. Bring forth a chain shot. A chain shot. Yes.
I'm gonna teach you how to take down the masts of ships.
Now, the chain shot increases the radius within which damage occurs and the nature of the damage itself.
What's happening?
西から一同の手勢が参りました。関所を破ったようでございまする。率いておるのは江原上善でござる。
Oh, shoot him with the cannons. Cook those guys.
お主への召し文じゃ。大坂に戻り、大老評議に二心なき旨を改めて誓い宣議を受けようとのたしである。石堂様にお主が敵対の意を示したとお
That
知ら
is
せす
not
る。
what he's saying.
頼む、今宵はここに泊まってくれ。明日大筒の演習がある。それを見て役に立たぬと思うたならこの首慎んで石堂様に差し出そう。
Sleepover.
上善殿とご家来衆の宿所を用意いたせ。ご一行は明日大筒の演習を見物なさる。
何言うじゃ。
Yeah, he's like, why?
せいぜい恐れ入らせてもらおうか。
I look forward to quaking.
あの男のために死ぬことになろうとは思ってもみなんだわ。
He is walking on a thin line.
What have you got there?
This may be not for you.
How do you mean?
Why?
Let me try some.
安仁様が納豆を召し上がるそうじゃ。ご決心は固いようでござりまする。
What is natto? Is it spicy?
Would you mind telling Fuji something on my behalf?
Maybe they don't trust
I
that he
wanted to
can
apologize for the way
take spicy
I
food.
behaved when I was first brought here. I believe this is how you offer gifts, so excuse my crude wrapping.
I'd like to thank her for her excellent service to this house.
Ask that she accepts this gift as a gesture of my gratitude.
Is it a gun? Or a... Yeah.
私にはこれをどう扱えばいいのやら。
Hopefully not
I'll
shoot
teach you how
yourself.
to use them. She'll be the most fearsome lady in the Japans.
これで安仁様の身を守れるようにと。
氷炭から駒が出るとはこのことでござりましょうか。
Gored from a horse.
Does that offend her?
She's going to her eightfold fence. Oh, is she giving you a sword in return? Bro.
亡き父の形見にござりまする。安仁様にお伝えくださいまし。私は刀も持っておらぬお方の正室にはなれませぬと。
They are a symbol of her late father's bravery.
Wow.
Katachi no gojirimasuru.
ござりますると申します。
Gozarimasuru.
What does that mean?
Get it right one of these bloody days.
お父上に文を送ってはいかがでございましょう。お指図はおいでは。
誰も彼もわしを見くびっておる。わしなど身の藁の不祥のせがれ未熟者に過ぎぬと。今こそ我らの名に恥じぬよう誰かが立ち上がらねば。
What game is he playing right now?
ドラナガ様にお分かりいただくことさえできれば。
父上は人の話を
Don't
聞かぬから。
play on his insecurities.
わしに考えがある。
He played him like a fiddle, I fear. Okay, what are we doing?
Sit.
Sorry, Fuji-sama said you were off on a walk.
I was.
We came to the hot spring. Her father's death, I assume?
I have not told you my family name, but it is well known in Japan. Many years ago, a great injustice stole everything from me.
You said your houses here are designed to be rebuilt as quickly as they are destroyed. So if a house is ruined, and rebuilt and ruined and rebuilt 50 times over.
Is it the same house?
If I see it, I fail to see its ruins. I see only a house. And here I see a magic woman.
You have been
And
rebuilt.
one who owes me no explanations.
What is the name of it again? The city of your birth?
London.
London.
I'm from London, bruv.
A city like Osaka?
Well,
Much dirtier.
a city, yes, but nothing like Osaka.
Smog everywhere.
Plenty to do, though.
What would you do there?
Drugs, gamble,
Well, if you were with me,
go to a brothel.
all the way from the Japans, I'd take you to see my queen.
Would she receive us?
God, no.
Sit down for a stuffy dinner, and then to make up for it, I'd take us all to see a play. Do you have plays here?
Yes, they're very popular. They're quite sad and tragic mostly.
Suppose we go for a walk.
Yes. Sanpo suru.
Sampo.
Suru.
We'd sampo suru. Along the Thames. It's a big river.
This is so
Runs
cute.
right through the city, and at night it's quite something. And
They're like low-key falling in love right now.
all your troubles and your past, and all the ways life seems to leave you wrecked.
This is getting me a little emotional. I'm not gonna lie.
And then you are free.
Yes.
And then you're free. That was such a nice scene. Seeing them bond is just, yeah, it's just beautiful. She's like finding hope for the first time in a long time. She's actually finding purpose instead of just being in her eightfold house all the time. Someone is here. Is that Mariko? Mariko? Young shawty, is that you? I can't tell with the shadows. I think that's her. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her. This is so intimate.
Rain is very beautiful today. Rain.
She's like, why are you so happy? He's glowing. He's got that post-coital glow.
Good morning.
You seem in good spirits.
Yeah.
The courtesan was acceptable then. I'm glad to hear it. Fuji-sama and I thought she would make a pleasing gift.
Okay.
I don't understand. You're not,
She's gonna pretend it wasn't her.
That was a very thoughtful gift.
At least I'm pretty sure that was her. Am I wrong? Is that accidentally racist of me to have mistaken another woman for her? I could have sworn that was her. they shrouded them in shadows. It's not my fault. I'm almost certain it was her.
What's happening?
I do not know.
Yeah, what's happening?
己にはもはや我慢がならぬ。父上の名を侮辱した報いじゃ。今こそ成敗してくれる。
一体どうなされた？刀を収めなされ。上善殿はご大老のご使者にござるぞ。
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
この件はお父上にご中心いたしますぞ。
構わぬ。むしろ父上に知っていただきたい。
Bruh. Oh my god.
I'm going to stop him.
Do not intervene.
侍の戦い方ではない。恥を知れ。乗れ。上善殿。
That guy's loving it. Holy cow.
It is war.
Oh my god. Oh, Chief, we are in it now. You done fucked up, brother. Oh. Oh, man. Dude, it is. Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong, dude. Oh, baby. He played him like a fiddle. Oh, dude. Oh, okay. So I think how do I try and describe the motivations of like what that guy is planning? I forgot his name. The guy that peed on Blackthorn in episode 1. Is he trying to usurp Yabushige as like the ruler of this area essentially? You know, he let his concubine, he let his lady play on his insecurities, right? Because what they said earlier in the episode, they're like, oh, he's too young to be running this village, like he's not his father essentially, and he's getting self-conscious, and then his girl is like, you should be in charge of this area, and then he uses that to play on Toranaga's son's insecurities to, I think, set in motion a process that will remove Yabushige from control of this situation, right? Like, I assume he might get blamed for essentially what just went down somehow. I don't exactly know how he's gonna get blamed, but yeah, he essentially incites war because he plays on Toranaga's son's insecurities and is like, you know, you don't need your father's permission to do this. Like, you are helping him essentially. You know, you can build yourself up by doing this. You know, why do you need to ask permission for this? Surely he will be happy about this action. And no. he's going to be very upset. I was not expecting that either. I was expecting maybe we would draw swords and like kill this guy or take him captive. I was not expecting them to set up cannons with chain shot across the way and eviscerate those guys. Like, he had them lined up perfectly. I mean, I guess those guys had been training on how to line up those shots perfectly, and he ripped those guys apart, dude. That was insane. And he's like, even like Blackthorn is like, is no one gonna stop him? Like, he is. I mean, at that point, it's too far gone. Like, you can't stop him from inciting war in that moment. Like, he just did it. He started war. And even Mariko is like, don't interfere. Like, you'll get killed too. And yeah, he just declared war. Like, all of Toranaga's planning, all of his like subterfuge and patient tactics of how he wanted to go about this process, out the window. And it is now officially war between Toranaga and the other 4 lords of the regions, right? And now Yabushige is going to have to make a choice. He is going to have to fully choose whose side is he on, right? And I'm pretty sure that, you know, his nephew knows, you know, his actual loyalties, and he's orchestrating a plan to get him killed or replace him or something. But that was a wild ending to that episode. Holy cow. I don't even know like how to describe all of that. I was really enjoying the episode as a whole. You know, we have them come to the island, everyone's like psyched up, they're like, yeah, Toranaga, and then Toranaga leaves. He's like, I'm out of here. And, you know, Blackthorn is trying to like settle in to the village, and at the same time he's upset about the whole situation because, you know, they're telling him, you know, he's a high-ranking individual, he's making all this money, he has staff to care for him, he has like a servant who will be at his beck and call like all the time, and all he has to do is train these men. And he calls it for what it is. He's like, this is just a fancier prison, right? Like, the money that I'm making means nothing, because if I refuse to do this, I'll just get killed, like, or put in prison. Like, it's just a fancier prison. But, you know, he learns to make that prison slightly more tolerable, right? With the friendship, and I think the nighttime shenanigans with Mariko, right? Like, seeing them just kind of talk and bond throughout the episode, I thought was really nice. Where she teaches him about like different customs and different things that like the Japanese people are doing. She teaches him about the Eightfold fence, where she's like, you know, you see all these customs that we're doing, you see all these procedures and these ceremonies, and you view us as, you know, robotic, or, you know, without feeling, without emotion. But on the inside, I am locked far away in a place where nobody can get me, right? I have built a fortress in my mind where I am safe, where the pain of the world cannot reach me, and you get a real nice insight into her character, where both her and frick, what's her name? The servant. Let me Google it. Fuji. Usami Fuji. Usami Fuji. She is also kind of feeling the same thing, where it's these 2 women who are just like depressed. They are not having a good time at all, right? Both of them have essentially been forced to live through the deaths of their entire families. And Fuji, especially, it's more raw for her, where she's like, I have no purpose. I don't want to serve this barbarian. I want to become a nun. Like, I want to get the hell away from all of this and just live out my life away from all of you, and you know, just let me be sad, let me mourn my family. I don't want to be part of this stupid mission anymore. And Mariko is like, just like a year, please. And she's like, 6 months. So 6 months is what she initially committed to. Maybe she will decide to stay on longer, possibly, because I definitely feel like there's a bond that is growing with her and Blackthorn as well. Like, there's a kindness that they're both showing each other, and I liked it quite a bit. Like, I liked that they're kind of becoming friends a little bit, you know, maybe not like family, but a little like family, kinda, a little bit. You know, she sees him as maybe like a pseudo cousin now. I don't know. Like he gives her guns, like one of his most prized possessions. He gives her a gun as it's a way to be like just an act of kindness, but he plays it off as like part of her duties, where he's like, you know, if you're gonna protect me, like if that's part of your job, you should have the best available weapon to do that. But really, it's just a gift to let her know that he's sorry for the way he's acted, and he wants to make amends with her. And she responds by giving him her father's swords. Like not just like some rinky-dink swords out of nowhere, but like her father's swords, like family swords. Which, you know, means, in my opinion at least, it means she kind of, in the smallest extent possible, right, sees him as like a member of the family. In the smallest extent possible. She's not like considering him a brother by any means, but you know, there is a sense of familiarity between them now, and I like that a lot. And then the other side of it, him and Mariko grew real close this episode, where, you know, they sit and they chat and they talk about customs and they talk about feelings and they talk about, you know, loyalties and motivation and all these different things. And then I think the turning point was the hot springs. You know, he goes to bathe in the hot springs and they have this nice chat where, you know, she gives a little bit of insight into her motivations, right? Her father and family was killed and she was the one that was forced to live, and presumably she wants revenge or something. I don't 100% know exactly what she wants, but and we don't get further clarification on it because Blackthorn's just such a good dude, and he's like, you don't owe me any explanation. And it was just it was such a nice scene because he takes the things that he heard from her about like the nature of life and death and how these people are constantly living in death and rebuilding, and he kind of like gives her a little bit of closure and clarity among like about herself, right? Like he's like, you know, you talk about how you're constantly rebuilding these houses and all these things, and when I come here, I don't see the ruins of the houses. I just see a house, right? You know, for those who don't know of the pain and the trauma, they don't see the broken individual. They just see the person, right? And he such a good line where he's like, I see it quite a woman here, like a whole woman. You're amazing is essentially what he's telling her, and I think you're fantastic. And that, I think, really hit her because she probably views herself as a broken individual who, you know, retreats to her mind palace essentially to feel safe and to feel vulnerable, and on the outside she is not vulnerable. She is a fortress. She is stone, and he is allowing her to be vulnerable with him. And I liked it a lot. And then she's like, what would we do if I went to where you're from? And he's like, well, we'd go see the Queen. Like classic dude, just like gassing himself up, like pretending he has that kind of importance. Even though she knows that he doesn't have that authority. But he essentially just describes to her like a date that they would go on. You know, see the Queen, tour the palace, go to a play, and then go for a walk along the river and just be free, away from all of this, away from the current struggle, right? The current political struggles that are happening, away from the current relational struggles, and away from especially the pain and the trauma of the past, where you can just be free, you can be a new person away from all of this. And I think it really hit her. Like, she was like, damn, like, I'm low-key falling for this guy. And I think he's very into her as well. And I think I could be so freaking wrong and accidentally racist, but I'm pretty sure that was her that slept with him, right? Like, he's asleep. Fuji leaves, goes to another room, and then I think it was Mariko comes in, and then they bone. But they shrouded them in shadows, and it was very hard to tell if that was actually her. I'm like 90% sure that was her, but I could be super wrong. If that was her, then it's a beautiful like culmination of their bond throughout this whole time. And it was very intimately shot, very, very much did not focus on like any body parts or like, it's direct contrast to the literal sex scene they show earlier in the episode, where it's very much like the focus is on the sex. This one, it very much felt like the focus was on the emotion and the bond between the characters, and they didn't follow them as they laid down. The frame just stayed, and then they laid down out of frame. I thought it was beautifully done. And if that was Mariko, it's also a beautiful culmination emotionally. If that was just a random lady that they sent in, then I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of weird. But the next morning, he's feeling great. He's happy. He's like, wow, isn't the rain fantastic? And she sits down and she's like, oh, I hope you had a enjoyable time with that, consort or that concubine, essentially. And he's confused. That's why I think he's confused, because he's like, what? He's like, that was you. Like, what? Like, he's very confused, but he's like, well, it was a very thoughtful gift. And it was a very thoughtful gift indeed. Like, dang, son, she is so attractive. Like, she's a smoke show. And I've been feeling that way about her since 2 months ago when I started Monarch Legacy of Monsters. She's so hot. And then then we get the end of the episode where those dudes get eviscerated. That was gory too. That was like props to the hair and makeup team on that. Like, holy cow. The makeup team put in work for those wounds. That looked so good. And the horses, like, dude, I mean, a decent chunk of it was probably CGI, but like, that looked so good in terms of like just the graphic nature of it. That was insane. Like, I don't know. And there's a huge escalation in terms of the military and political side of this story, and not the romantic. I mean, it was escalation throughout. Romantic bonding escalations and military war escalations. Like, Jesus Christ. This show's so good. This show's so good. Oh my god, this show's incredible. I don't even know what to say. I think I'm like still in shock partly from what I just witnessed. But I don't know. I think that's all I have to say about this one. Definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. I would love to hear all your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.